Another thing to consider while you are on your ascension journey is the ascension symptoms that you will go through during your spiritual awakening. I hear a lot of people talking about it: ear ringing, insomnia, vertigo, just different things that they're experiencing, pain in their body, different things that are happening within their physical body, a manifestation within their physical body as they are going through the spiritual awakening. This is something that you should remember. You are in simpler terms, we are three-part. We are body, soul, and spirit. Okay, we're a body. We have a human body, we have a soul, and we are a spirit. Okay, but the soul is where the mind, the emotions, the intellect is where you hold trauma, your memories, your good experiences, your bad experience. All of that is locked into the soulish part of you. Okay, as you are elevating your spirit, okay, moving into higher dimensions, ascending higher, then the soul has to purge out. Okay, which means you are going to go through certain dark night of the soul. You'll experience the loneliness. It'll seem like you're walking by yourself. You're really not by yourself. It'll just seem like that. You will come into greater and deeper spiritual revelation. You will require more depth in connections. You will reject anything that isn't depth. Okay, you will begin to gain more knowledge. You'll want to learn. You will want to be consistent. Anytime that you're going on an ascension journey or a spiritual awakening journey, you start grabbing at all of the knowledge that you can. And a part of those physical manifestation is you grounding that new knowledge in your soulish realm, in your memory bank, to purge out all of the things that keeps you in the lower dimensions. Okay, when you are in the lower dimensions, it is difficult for you to experience freedom because, just for an example, anger is a lower dimension, hate is a lower dimension, love and peace are higher. They're higher vibrations. So you got to look at the dimensions that you are in your everyday life. Are you consistently in certain areas? Well, then you're existing in a lower dimension. Are you consistently at love and peace? Well, you're existing at a higher dimension. You've got to look at your life and look at how things are unfolding in your life. Just in your everyday occurrence, you can do this. When you're dealing with certain things, dealing with certain people, where are you dimensionally? What we want to do in the ascension process is ascend to a higher dimension and maintain it as much as we can. Ascend and maintain. It doesn't mean you're never going to be angry. That's not what that means. It doesn't mean you're never going to be sad or you're never going to feel lonely. That's not what that means. What you want to do is maintain it. You want it to be your majority of the time. That's where you are. Okay, so these symptoms, ringing in the ear, vertigo, I hear a lot about that. A lot of people talk about that. And what's happening is you're becoming lighter. You're not as heavy. Your soul is not as heavy because you're purging out, and integration on a spirit level is taking place. The body is having to adjust to this new lighter you. Okay, so your body is adjusting, so you experience the vertigo, the ringing in the ear, the insomnia, lucid dreaming, where it seems like you're right there. It seems real. It doesn't seem like a dream. It seems like you're in it. Lucid dreaming. So many different symptoms I could talk about today. But the most important thing is not all of the symptoms that you experience, is that you are practicing self-care. You are grounding. Get near a body of water. Take a walk by a lake. Sit in the grass with your feet grounded to the earth. There's so many different things you could do. Keep meditation music playing in the background in your home. Anything that will help you to ground in the energy so that your body isn't fighting against this new spiritual you. Okay, because if you're a person that has dwelt in a lot of heaviness for most of your life, your body has to now adjust to this new lighter you. Ultimately, our souls need to grow. Okay, we need to grow past the trauma, grow past projection. The ascension journey is about you looking at you. I hear a lot of times people want to kind of point out in other people everything that is wrong with them, but they're declining to really look at themselves. A person on a real ascension journey is not looking at other people. They're going inward. They're not projecting. They're not throwing all of their issues on someone else. They're not blaming other people for their indiscrepancy. You take full responsibility for whatever it is that you need to deal with. Doesn't matter where you picked it up. It could be childhood traumas. It could be your how you grew up, your environment when you were raised. It could be even what you're currently in. The situations that you're currently in that is bringing up a lot of things that you are defending. Don't defend the behaviors that keep you in the lower dimensions or the lower vibrations. Remember now, the goal is to awaken spiritually that you may achieve your spiritual purpose in the earth plane. You cannot do that sitting in a space of denial, sitting in a space of ego, sitting in a space of pride. You are going to have those dark nights of the soul. And that's things that, you know, when you're going through any transition, every time I go through a transition or transformation spiritually, I go through a dark night of the soul. It is just a common practice that my body needs and that my mind and my spirit needs to purge out, for me to really zero in on the things that I need to really maybe pay attention to. Doesn't matter how long I've dealt with it. It's just, okay, now I'm going to deal with this because I want to ascend to those higher dimensions. And as you ascend to those higher dimensions, it gives you this level of freedom. You operate in a different level of unconditional love. You don't operate conditionally. The majority of people operate under conditions when it comes to their love. Things have to be a certain way in order for them to show love. You want to move from that. On an ascension journey, you're able to operate in unconditional love no matter what the circumstance is. And I know some of you are saying, oh my goodness, that's going to take a lot. It's really not. As you ascend, it becomes easier and easier for you to be free in love and understand what the true purpose of love is. Okay, and for your heart to be an open receptacle, you know, for giving love and receiving love. Okay, you want to move away from the things that keep you low. Okay, so I just wanted to share that today. Hope some of that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.